what about the Philadelphia Eagles? Now, I had a major problem trying to watch this game because I'm over trying to watch the Cowboys and watch the Eagles at the same time. Two key pivotal teams that I cover on a weekly basis because I despise the Eagles so much and I know their team like the back of my hand, just like my Dallas Cowboys. So I had it in my picks. I picked the Broncos plus 3.5 because I said going into this game, I was like, okay, the Broncos defensively are no sleaze. They are nothing to slide at. They are good. And if Bo Nix does not do Bo Nix things, the Broncos can win this game. I didn't care if it was at the link. Because we've seen what the Eagles have been doing offensively to where at some point it's going to come back and bite them in the rump. And ultimately, it did. Hold on, let me fix this slide right fast. Horrific. Oh. Okay. That glare was getting absolutely on my nerves on my camera. All right, I think we're good. But yes, we knew what the Eagles have been doing when it pertains to how they've performed on offense. Now, the Eagles' offense, to me, is beyond mind-boggling because you have a guy in Saquon Barkley who rushed for 2,000 yards. And a lot of people have been saying, like, oh, you know, Saquon Barkley is not going to... It's very hard to go from 2,000 yards and try and do it again. Obviously, I didn't think Saquon was going to rush for 2,000 yards again. But I thought he could have got 1,400, 1,500 yards. Guys, you rushed the ball yesterday with Saquon Barkley 6 times. Saquon Barkley, the best running back in the league, coming off of a 2,000-yard season last year. And you rushed the ball with him 6 times. I don't care about the stuff that came out about A.J. Brown. I don't. And if you're not aware, we'll go in depth in it later on this week. But there was an article over the weekend on Saturday about, you know, we already knew A.J. Brown had his stuff going on with the offense. And then all of a sudden, Devontae Smith, Smitty, he wants to come and give his 2 cents as well. Saying the exact same sentiment. I want more touches and I want to score touchdowns. And I guess the Eagles heard this noise and Kevin Patullo was like, you know what? Let's just pass the ball a lot. Jalen Hurts, he passed the ball. And I wish I had the stat. I wanted to know the last time that Jalen Hurts has threw the ball more than 30, 35 times. It's been a long time. Usually Jalen Hurts, he's around the 25, 26, 27, 28, just the 25 to 30 range. That's a good median for Jalen Hurts when he passes the ball. I have never in a while, I have seen Jalen Hurts pass the ball almost 40 times. That is a recipe for disaster. How worried should the Eagles be after this performance? Very worried. Because again, outside of the very first drive that they had in the second half, what happened to the offense? They did absolutely, positively nothing. There's miscommunication. Jalen Hurts missed the deep ball, which would have been a back-breaking play at the point. You were up, I think they were up what? It would have been 24-3. You missed the deep ball with A.J. Brown. I don't know if that had, you know, the videos come out. A.J. Brown stopped in the middle of his route, I guess, because he, you know, after the game, he was like, oh, you know, I looked up and I didn't see the ball. So, you know, who knows? We don't know if A.J. Brown just quit on the play or if Jalen Hurts shot him. I don't have a camera angle to where I can see like when A.J. Brown actually stopped to when Jalen Hurts actually threw the ball. So I can't say if A.J. Brown stopped, if Jalen Hurts overthrew him, whatever. I think it's more likely that A.J. Brown stopped on the route because it's very rare that Jalen Hurts overthrows. He throws a phenomenal deep ball, and it was evident yesterday. He threw that deep ball to Devontae Smith, and he threw the one to Saquon Barkley in the bucket. So I think It was highly doubtful that Jalen Hurts was going to sell the ball like that. But again, they got pass happy, and A.J. Brown is still running the same bull jive routes. He's still running a slant. He's running a streak. He's running a go route. He's running a sluggo. And he's running a hitch or a curl. That's all he runs. I don't even think A.J. Brown has one crossing route in his in the playbook. Like they do not give him any type of efficient routes to run. They just don't. And if I'm Kevin Patullo, I'm worried. If I'm Howie Roseman, I'm worried. Jeffrey Lurie, I'm worried. Because every week, even week 1, I gave the Eagles a pass. I even gave the Cowboys a pass. I'm like, look, lightning delay, I understand you not showing up for a half. But every single week thus far, the Eagles keep doing the same exact thing, going non-existent on offense. Jalen Hurts is being super conservative. The Eagles cannot put together 4 full quarters of offense. They do 2 at most. And guess what? Jalen Hurts plays not to lose, and it was very evident in the last drive. I was sitting there like, you have 50, it was like 50 or 40 seconds on the clock. Jalen Hurts, you have to score a touchdown. You're down 21-17. You can't score a field goal. You have no timeouts. And Jalen Hurts throws a 4-yard hitch route to Saquon. Dude, you got 70 yards to go. You have no timeouts. You have 40 seconds. And Saquon, of course, didn't get out of bounds. So watch the clock continuing to tick. Heck, Jalen Hurts even took a sack, which is another thing that's very concerning. And I know the Broncos got a good defense. Jalen Hurts was sacked 6 times yesterday. And Nick Bonito, granted he's a great player, he got sacks off the edge against Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata. That's something that's very concerning. But it's just bonehead stuff like that. And guess what? I said this. When Bo Nix is on, he is on. He was ripping it in the 4th quarter. He kept making big play after big play. And I don't put this loss on the Eagles defense. People can say that all they want to. You cannot score. Excuse me. You cannot score 17 points in the NFL and expect to win a ball game. It just doesn't work. You got to score at least 27 points minimum. 27 points is your hot spot. 24-27 to feel comfortable offensively to win the ball game. 17 points is not going to cut it in this league in this day and age. Offenses are too good. In the league, the way the rules are settled, offense prevails. There's only so much a defense can do. And what did the Eagles do? I said it. Offensively, if they keep this crap up, it's going to come back and bite them in the rump. And it did. Because guess what? You kept giving the Broncos hope. And once you keep giving the team hope, they do what they did. And Bo Nix did what he did. Picked up a huge 3rd and 15 and got them within 1 score. Went for 2. They're up 1. No, actually, no. This was when they were down 2 scores. So picked up a huge 3rd and 15. Bo Nix made some huge throws. Go down. You score. You get 10 in the 4th quarter. You come back that very next drive, go right down the field again, get a 2-point conversion, which is huge, great game management by Sean Payton. You know, he doesn't trust Jalen Hurts to go down the field and score a touchdown. He knew there's possibility that Jalen Hurts could get down the field and give him a field goal. but he didn't trust Jalen Hurts to go down there and score a touchdown. So you get the 2-point conversion, and if the Broncos get the ball back, all they have to do is chew clock, get to the Eagles side of the field, and kick a field goal. And not allow, it was a scary situation. And I was questioning myself there for a minute. I'm like, Sean Payton, we know what the Eagles special teams have been doing. And if they block this kick, so help me. And I was sitting there, I'm like, guys, if the Eagles win this game, I might absolutely spaz out. I'm sick of them winning, and they should not win this game. Thankfully, kick the field goal. It's good. And then there was another point in time, the Eagles started getting down the field. I can't remember what happened on the last play. I think they got a PI call or something like that, pass interference. And something like that. They got some type of help where they're able to get extra yards. And I was sitting there in their final drive. I'm like, watch Jalen Hurts and the Eagles get a touchdown. It was close. Arguably they missed a PI call there with Dallas Goedert near the end of the goal line. But, it's pretty shameful that the Eagles tried to blame the referees for the reason why they lost this game. And they want to be very negligent at the fact that your offense was pretty much non-existent all game. And we know how questionable your defense is on the back end and how they particularly do not cover wide receivers well. And you're wanting all these penalties. And you know that Jalen Hurts has been struggling to throw the ball down the field. And the one time that Jalen Hurts has to, he couldn't do it. And you're wanting a PI call, which it was the one on Dallas Goedert near the end zone was kind of bad. It was tick-tack, but you can't blame it. You can't blame the referees for this. This was the Eagles not playing at their best and playing like they have the last couple weeks. And yeah, it's nice to win when you have all these problems going on. But ultimately, things like this will come at some point when you face a team that has a good defense, that is capable of putting pressure on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts got pressured. And that's why he did not, when he was pressured, he didn't particularly throw the ball well. And we saw what happened. The Broncos come out of there with the win. And if I am a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles today, I'm worried. If you're a Broncos fan, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. Bo Nix showed up when he needed to make plays. The defense showed up and made plays when they needed to make plays. And shout out to that defensive line for the Broncos. They worked the offensive line for the Eagles. Granted, there was many cases where I saw Jalen Hurts. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. But ultimately, the Broncos prevail. And they feel very good right now. And if I'm the Eagles, I'm 100% worried.